Hello, guys. What are we going to talk about today? Apparently music, because me and Grak has been shooting the shit before we went live about LA guns. So we will do that momentarily, and we'll talk about a bunch of other shit. So until then, do not touch that dial.
See you next week. Jokes.
So we was discussing before we went live, and we might discuss this further with other bands. We were discussing bands that had original or key members leave and they continued touring as the band, which the example we gave was LA Guns.
Yep.
The argument that I had is how can you have LA Guns without Tracy Guns, the guy that the band was named after? And then you made the point that LA Guns was basically Guns N' Roses, which is actually the opposite. When LA Guns was touring originally, like when they first came out, there was another band called Hollywood Rose, which was headlined by Axl Rose singing. Well, due to them both being a huge act at the time in LA, they decided to combine and become Guns N' Roses, a supergroup. Tracy Guns from LA Guns and some of his members of LA Guns and Hollywood Rose came together and became Guns N' Roses. That's how they got their name. Tracy Guns, Axl Rose. So that also makes people wonder, how can you have Guns N' Roses without the guns?
That is true.
But Slash and all the other bandmates, Duff McKagan, Dizzy Reed, all them guys, great musicians. They were a great band throughout the years. But how much different do you think it would have been if Tracy would have stayed?
I don't know, eh? You reckon they'll still lean towards that 80s hair metal?
Oh, yeah. Have you heard the early recordings with Tracy playing? Because there is some you can find.
I think, I'm pretty sure he said he wrote some of the Appetite songs.
He did. He wrote, I think it was kind of like the Dave Mustaine thing from Kill 'Em All. He wrote, I think 4 or 5 songs off that album.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think he wrote 60% of the album.
But majority of it was apparently he said that majority of that guitar writing was Izzy Stradlin.
Yep. Izzy was actually 90% of the songwriting of Guns N' Roses from what I've seen and heard. If you look at any of the songwriting credits on the Guns N' Roses albums, it's either Slash, Izzy, or Duff. Or
it's the
Axl.
same thing with between Dave Mustaine and Metallica. Yeah. All of his songs was from Kill 'Em All.
Mm-hmm.
And most of his songs was from Ride the Lightning.
Yep, and the Four Horsemen.
He discussed it on Joe Rogan's podcast.
The first Metallica album, Kill 'Em All, featured a song called The Four Horsemen.
Yep.
The first Megadeth album featured a song called Mechanics.
Yeah.
Mechanics is Four Horsemen, but the way that Dave plays it on the Megadeth album is the way it was originally intended to be played. Which I find very interesting. It is kind of a petty jab, but I find it funny. When Megadeth won a Grammy, they played Master of Puppets while Dave Mustaine went up there to talk.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you hear his interview afterwards?
You might have to remind.
He did an interview, I forget with who, but it was a few days after the Grammys, and they said, "What do you think of the house band playing Metallica during you winning your first Grammy?" And Dave said, "At the time, I didn't know what they were playing. I just wasn't paying attention. But I don't blame them because not everybody can play Megadeth." I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Well, he said on Joe Rogan's podcast that they use all of his songs from Kill 'Em All.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a song that he never got royalties, but I went to Kirk Hammett.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what song it was though, but yeah.
Well, the thing is all of the songs, most of them, if not all, was written way before. Well, not way before, but before Kirk even joined the band. They were written.
Yeah. I've actually got the early bootleg album too with Dave Mustaine and Ron McCovney and Lars and James.
That was even before Cliff joined the band, dude.
Yeah, this is like the early years.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think it's I got it for my birthday, and I'm pretty sure it's remastered as well. But yeah, it's like the early years. Like,
see, I don't know too much about the early years of Metallica. Was Cliff Burton in the band with Dave Mustaine, or did Dave leave and then they hired Cliff and then?
No, so the original. Okay, so apparently there was a guy named Chris Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
He was the first African American to join Metallica for a short time.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not joking. He appeared on remember when Metallica did that 30th anniversary?
Yeah.
And they had all the original members to come up on stage and do a song.
Yes.
Yeah, he was up on there doing Hit the Lights.
Oh, nice. I was wondering who that was.
Yeah, and Ron McCovney came up and done a few songs. Jason Newsted came up and done a few songs. Dave Mustaine was there too to celebrate.
You know what I found really odd? Speaking of bands that like had original members and then they left and they kept going on without original members. Kiss, when they won their Hall of Fame, they got the Hall of Fame award.
Yeah.
Kiss performed. But the thing that upset a lot of people was it wasn't Kiss performing. It was Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, Tommy Thayer, and Eric Singer. It wasn't the Kiss that was being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they weren't allowed to play or something for some reason, wasn't it?
It wasn't that. It's just Gene preferred the lineup that knew the songs and solidly played them for that long to perform, from my understanding. I don't know. I never talked to the guy. That's just my assumption. That's what I would do if I was in a band. But do you think the Hall of Fame band should have played?
Yeah, for sure. Because, they were the group that made the band who they were.
And the thing that made me kind of giggle internally was when they were accepting the award. I forget who said it. I think it was either Paul or Gene. One of them said, Ace Frehley, often imitated, never duplicated. And it was really awkward, at least from what I saw. It would have been awkward for me seeing Tommy sitting at a table with Ace, and they said that.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
But my brother went and saw Kiss Friday night because they're doing the final show.
How was it?
He said it was amazing. He was up front. He paid like $300 and something a ticket.
Fucking shit, dude. Fuck that.
He showed me pictures, and it was pretty up close. But he was deaf for like a whole day.
I'm sorry, but no band is worth $300 a fucking ticket.
Yeah. It's very. I don't know. I'm not too sure what's the prices for you guys if it's front row tickets. It wouldn't be that much, would it?
Kiss tickets last time they swung through for close was like $200 and something, so not much far off. Kiss is an expensive ticket. I actually, I got to see Kiss, and it was at a festival that I wanted to go to for Ozzy Osbourne. I wasn't there for Kiss. Hate me all you want. I'm not that big of a Kiss fan. I respect their music for what it is, but it just doesn't do it for me when it comes to like favorite bands. I just don't see the hype.
I've been busting out like the 80s Kiss, like the non-makeup 80s Kiss.
Oh, that's my favorite era.
Yeah, there's some crazy nights.
You know what's really weird is Kiss decided to unmask when like most of the band wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, kind of weird, eh? But then when Peter, Chris, and Ace Frehley left, they had an interview unmasked, but they had like even they're wearing glasses or a face mask, or they just weren't showing their face to the camera.
Well, they unmasked, I think, was it like 6 or 7 months after they was using different face paint than Ace? They weren't even doing it much different, but like they had Peter Chris, his replacement at the time was Eric Carr, who was the Fox. And you had, what was it, Mark St. John that was the Akeem Warrior or Akam Warrior?
Yeah, no, Mark St. John didn't have a makeup. It was Vinnie Vincent.
Vinnie Vincent, that's who it was. They had the sorry, I just woke up not too long ago. My brain's fogged. But he had that makeup. But they didn't wear those two makeups very long before they unmasked. Like the whole unmasking was just odd.
Yeah, but like, could you like, to me, it's like sort of like Ghost. Ghost is like, you know, the mystique of Kiss, you know what I mean? Like who's underneath those, you know, those masks. Yeah, obviously because Tobias Forge had to be unmasked because of the whole, you know, court thing. You know,
how much of it do you think is just a fucking show? Do you think Ghost has been the same lineup this whole time and they're just fucking with people?
Nah. There's a few of the band members called him out.
Yeah, but it's show business. Do you really think? Like they could have been like people that helped write on albums that didn't get songwriting credits, but I think there's a possibility that Ghost has been the same band this whole time and they've just been fucking with us.
Well, Tobias was saying that his band members come and go because Ghost now is his band because he's like the only original member. So like the guys that he hires in the band or something like that, he'll give them their fame and stuff like that on concert. But when it comes to like meet and greets and other stuff, it's all Tobias Forge.
So are the albums? No, I know fans don't really know this. This is just me theorizing. So the albums, do you think they're written entirely, all instruments by Tobias Forge, and he just hires a touring band?
I think so. I think he writes all the riffs, and then he hires a guitar player for the studio to write, you know, the solos under it.
That could work too. He could be the full songwriter, or he could just have hired people. By the way, what are you drinking? What kind of coffee? We're gonna do this today.
I was drinking, like before you speak, organic decaf coffee.
Before you speak, creamer to it. Before you speak coffee, what kind of creamer you got in it?
It's just like a natural flavor.
Bro, I'm drinking.
Really nice. Good for your gut health as well.
Coffee is really good for your gut health. It's just not good for the mental health. I am drinking, it's called Equal Exchange coffee. I'm not promoted by this company. I can be if you want, but I'm not promoted by this company. It's called Equal Exchange. It's actually organic coffee. It's an organic breakfast blend coffee like yours. It's organic. It is, I think, local. It's grown by local small farmers. And in my coffee, I have organic almond milk, vanilla.
Oh, nice. So yeah, I do you drink almond milk on its own?
Well, this isn't almond milk. It's almond creamer. It's almond milk creamer. Okay. But I do drink vanilla almond milk on its own. I eat it in cereal and shit.
Yeah, I have it with oats, but I can't drink it on its own. I just don't like the taste of it by itself. If it's with a protein shake, smoothie, with my oats.
Is yours unsweetened?
Yeah.
That's why. I get mine unsweetened, but mine's vanilla unsweetened. So it has that vanilla flavor.
Yeah.
Try vanilla almond milk. It's actually really good. What I plan on doing to save money is here soon, I'm going to buy a big old bag of almonds and I'm going to make my own almond milk.
Why not?
It's actually
sell it.
Very
be rich.
Make my own almond milk.
Do a Gene Simmons.
Well, no. Here's the negative though. If I was to make it and try to sell it or make my own shit like that, it wouldn't last very long, because almond milk, when it is homemade, unless you put a preservative in it, that's why stores do this, it only lasts less than a week in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
So if I was to ship it out,
depends what's in it as well, because there are some almond milk that lasts longer than normal full cream milk.
Yeah, that's because they add something that preserves it into it.
Yep.
I'm trying to avoid preservatives unless it's a natural preservative, like a plant or whatever.
Do you guys have up and goes, like it's like a breakfast milk?
I'm not too certain. I don't think so.
So I take one of those to work, but I get like a dairy free, so it's like an almond milk. So I don't really eat or drink that much dairy, unless my stomach gets all weird and shit. But it's actually really nice. It's like full of protein.
Well, the thing with almond milk is almond milk is higher in calcium and better for you than regular milk anyway.
I tried drinking regular milk the other day and kind of make me sick.
I tried regular milk
for so long.
Same. I've been drinking nothing but almond milk. Well, not nothing but almond milk, but like when it comes to like milk, I'll eat cheese, but like I usually drink just almond milk if I have milk. Regular milk doesn't taste good to me. Like it's fucking awful.
Yeah, it is for me now, because I think maybe my taste buds is not used to it anymore, especially when I changed my diet like 2 years ago as well.
You're like me, you don't eat fried foods very often, correct?
Only once a week, like on my cheat days. But yeah.
Dude, I tried fried chicken wings the other day because I haven't had them in a few years maybe. A few months. It tasted not good, like not as good as I remember. It tasted fucking awful. Fried chicken is one of those things where if you don't eat it for a very long time, you realize how gross it is.
Yeah, a lot too, especially if it's like red meat.
Like a red meat
I've been
kind of
off
chicken.
red meat. I've been off red meat for like maybe 2 years, and I remember trying going back into eating it, and my stomach wasn't used to it.
Can I, if you want to try red meat or if you want to eat red meat, the best word of advice I would give you that a friend of mine gave me, he doesn't eat red meat very often, but he wants the benefits of red meat. The best way to do that is I know it's more expensive than beef, but bison.
Okay.
Bison is actually, let me turn my microphone down because I feel like it's too loud. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I was too loud because my red light was coming on. It tells you that whenever your noise is too loud. I had to have my microphone loud because of a guest we had recently. Was having issues and I wanted to make sure. But anyway, red meat, when it comes to bison is the healthiest red meat for you. It doesn't have the negative health effects that beef does. And it's also very lean.
So it'd be like kangaroo meat.
I'm not too sure what it would equate to because I haven't had kangaroo meat.
I've had kangaroo. It's like a type of red meat that you should be eating like medium rare, not well done, because it gets like really tough and it's like really, really tasty. But I stopped eating that shit, man.
I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Sorry to interrupt you, Greg. I want to say hi to everyone in the chat. If you love this podcast and you love podcasts in general, go check out the other podcasts in the description below. They're incredible, and all the other products we have. We are planning on promoting other products. They are not sponsored. We just support them. Let's throw that out there. Unless they want to sponsor us and send us free shit, then that works too.
Yeah.
But yeah, kangaroo meat, I really want to try. Bison, I had in like beef sticks. They have bison sticks. They're kind of like beef sticks. Now I am buying bison patties to try. Bison is very expensive when compared to beef, but it's a lot healthier for you. And you can actually buy it online and have it shipped to your house. Oh, speaking of Kiss, since they were in Australia, I have to ask you this question.
Yeah.
When they were in Austria, they made a mistake, and I'm wondering if they made the same mistake in Australia. When Kiss was in Austria, no, the thing Kiss does at the end of their show is they'll bring down the flag of the country they're in.
Yeah.
And they'll perform, I think, Rock and Roll Night or whatever. When they were in Austria, they brought down the Australian flag, not the Austrian.
I heard about that, yeah. Yeah, that was like in one of their European tours like a couple of months ago or whatever. I remember
Did
that.
they do that in Australia? Did they drop an Austrian flag?
I don't know, man. I might have to ask my brother about that. Like I was saying to you over in Snapchat, like I didn't go because of work, and then like I didn't even know they were in the country.
The thing is, like, it's weird coming from me because I listen to everything, and I do enjoy Kiss. I enjoy their music.
But I think most people go there for the show.
And the nostalgia.
Yeah.
I love Kiss, but I would never pay money again to see them live.
Yeah. Bad experience.
I'm not a fan of the ego.
Yeah.
Because they have no reason to have an ego.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know I'm going to get hate for this, but Kiss, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but Kiss was a generic rock band.
Yeah.
That's what they were. Nothing set them apart from any other rock band of that era besides the makeup.
And the trademarks.
Like, they were great merchandise people. They were amazing at selling merchandise.
I see them more as businessmen than songwriters.
Yeah, and they are good songwriters, but the thing is anymore, in the last 20 years, they become a nostalgia act.
Mm.
And what's funny is when Iron Maiden brought Bruce Dickinson back,
yeah,
they said that they wanted to release that album with Bruce on it before touring because they didn't want to become a nostalgia act. They wanted fans to have new shit to listen to.
Is this A Brave New World? That's when he came back.
I do believe. Which is a power play, in my opinion. But the Kiss ego is what kills it for me. They had an interviewer one time wearing an Iron Maiden shirt while interviewing them, and they forced him to take his shirt off and change.
Yeah.
Paul Stanley is lip syncing.
Yeah. Got caught backing tracks as well.
And he's been denying it, and people have caught him.
Yeah. The same with Tommy Lee.
Did you see what he did recently? That I was laughing my ass off because I was on my lunch break and I was on Instagram and the video popped up. It was at a Motley Crue show, right? It was like a couple weeks after the whole dick pic on Facebook thing, which, by the way, Tommy Lee, man, when he sends a dick pic, he has to send it in like parts. Like he has to send you like one picture and then the second picture, and you might not even see the whole thing. But I'm impressed. Anyway, we've all seen that dick. But he was at a show and he's like, "You guys want to see my wiener?" And everybody was like cheering, and he pulls a fucking wiener dog out of his pants. he's fucking petting this dog. I thought it was hilarious.
The funny thing with Motley Crue, they still think they're in the early 20s and 30s rocking out, but really just stop. I saw a video on TikTok that it was Vince Neil singing "Shout Out the Devil," and the caption was like, "I want my money back."
Well, the thing with Motley Crue is, and there's nothing wrong with this, there really isn't. There are those bands that still release music after all these years, and fans go to see them because they're great and they love that band and they love all the music they're putting out. And then there's those bands that have had no success with newer music, so they've become a nostalgia act.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Motley is necessarily that way, because when they released Saints of Los Angeles, that was a huge fucking album.
Oh, yeah. That was a great album, too.
Because it was written by 6 a.m. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, DJ Ashba done most of the writing on that album.
And James Michael produced it.
I think James Michael did some songs on that album too.
He produced it, if I'm not mistaken. It was Mick Mars and Nikki Sixx, James Michael, and DJ Ashba's album, pretty much, with Tommy Lee on drums. Now, which is not bad, because Motley Crue has never been Vince Neil. It's always been Nikki Sixx's band with Mick Mars and Tommy Lee. It's always been that
because
way.
That's the way how they started.
Yeah, Nikki Sixx is the songwriter of that band. I give him full credit. He is that band. So
I wouldn't see him again, though.
I wouldn't. I would rather see 6 a.m. Like, I'll be honest.
Did you see the video clip that James Michaels posted up? It was him doing Home Sweet Home.
No, but it's probably better than the atrocity we've been getting.
Yeah, because then he posted up and he said something like, congratulations to my friends, Motley Crue's The Tour, blah, 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 and all that. And then he was singing it. And then I commented and saying, when are we going to see another 6 a.m. show?
I would love for James Michael to replace Vince Neil on this tour, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Although, like, Vince Neil does look good, but, like...
The band doesn't sound as bad as they did when I saw them. I'll be honest about that. I've seen videos. They don't sound as bad. They're doing good. They shouldn't be headlining this tour. Def Leppard should.
Yeah. Def Leppard has a bit more energy than Motley Crue, though.
They have more energy. They have a better live sound.
Even Poison too. Like CC DeVille, he looks like in great shape, better than ever.
Like, my thought is like, I know I've shit on Motley Crue over the years, but like, they are doing a lot better now than they have in the most recent years. But they shouldn't be headlining that tour. I get it, they're back. But honestly, like, what have they done since Saints of Los Angeles?
Nothing.
I'll wait. I'll wait. Def Leppard just
the only songs that they released is like just unreleased just songs for the Dirt movie. They had like Machine Gun Kelly and all that crap in there.
Yeah, but is it worth writing home about?
I don't think so. I know they released some other tracks due to the collab with recently.
They released a cover of Like a Virgin by Madonna.
Oh, that was horrible.
Yes, it was. That
was terrible. Like his voice it's not for that. I'm sorry, but
did you hear what happened recently? Speaking of bands and shit that replace members and everything like that, Skid Row and Sebastian Bach, it finally happened, had a show on the same night in the same town.
Yeah, Sebastian played for free though.
Yeah, Sebastian paid for free on the Las Vegas Strip, while LA Guns played in a venue.
You mean
not LA Guns? Sorry, Skid Row. Sorry, different band that replaces members every week. I'm sorry, I get confused. No offense, Rachel. You guys do amazing. I'm not talking shit on you because I love Skid Row no matter who's in the band, but I saw videos and people were like, let's do comparisons who had a better show. The new singer's amazing.
Dude, he sounds like Bach in the 80s, man.
I heard the new song that you sent him, that you told me to listen to before I went on the air. Amazing song.
Full of energy.
He's full of energy, and I love Bach as well.
Yeah, Bach doesn't have that range anymore.
He doesn't, but he makes up for it better than most people would in that situation.
Better than Vince Neil?
Yes. And Sebastian Bach has had a great, I don't know if it's like been commercially successful, but in my opinion, musically amazing solo career.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's brought out some decent solo albums over the years after his years with Skid Row, but then people need to put this stupid shit behind them, like, Skid Row's not Skid Row without Sebastian Bach. It's the same thing when they say Sepultura isn't Sepultura without Max Cavalera. You know what I mean? Just
the reason why I'm going to say this, Skid Row is Skid Row with or without Sebastian Bach, because Sebastian Bach was not the main songwriter. Yeah, he was the singer. Yeah, he had a big part in the sound, but not musically. I honestly think they would have been just as big as they were back then if anybody would have sung for them that had the same pitch and range of vocals.
Yeah, but that's where they went for a younger guy.
The only thing I hated about what Skid Row did was when they replaced Sebastian. The first album they released took years to do, by the way, but when they finally released a new album in like the 90s, they ditched their sound.
That was with he passed away a while ago.
Yeah, he was the guy that wore the cowboy hat all the time. I forget his name.
Johnny Solinger.
Yeah, he was an amazing vocalist. It was still great to hear Skid Row songs, but it was weird that they ditched like the sleazy hard rock sound.
Yeah.
Because it was weird because they would perform the new songs the way that they are on the album, but then they'd perform the old songs like the 80s style, which I'm all for musicians changing styles. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it was weird from a commercial standpoint.
Yeah. And then they went with because they only had like 3 or 4 singers at the time, and that's it, including this one. But they and then they went with a guy he sang from Dragon Force.
I wish they would have done an album with him.
Didn't they do one?
Nope.
No, just a tour.
Just a couple tours, and then they got rid of him. And honestly, I wish they would have done an album with him, or even a song, or let him be on this next album, because god damn it, he's a hell of a vocalist.
My friend's band, Bad Moon Born, the guitarist that I know, they opened up for Skid Row at the Manning Bar
a couple
of years ago. Yeah, he got his one of his Skid Row t-shirts signed.
By the way, to answer your question, Skid Row, and I know you didn't really ask it in this way, but this kind of like answers any questions people would have. This album coming out called The Gang's All Here, which no, Sebastian's not on it. It's kind of a weird title. But their album, The Gang's All Here, is actually their first album since Revolutions Per Minute in 2006 with Johnny on vocals.
Oh, wow. I got like some high positive vibes for this guy, man. I reckon he's gonna fucking like. I've seen live footage of him doing like Monkey Business and I'll remember you and stuff like that, and he's fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah, he's incredible. So is the what's his name? The dude that sung for Dragon Force. Fuck.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. He had a good voice too, like.
But the thing is, a lot of people are claiming it's not Skid Row without Sebastian. Now, you have 3 of the 5 members still in the band.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's just as much Skid Row as the Eagles are the Eagles.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you got to realize with a lot of bands, especially like Motley Crue, when they say they're doing their final tour, that doesn't mean nothing. That's a commercial bullshit. Because Motley Crue announced their farewell tour years ago, and then they came back. The Eagles, they did their final tour in 2006.
Yeah.
And they're still touring.
Yeah, but how many original members are left now?
Of the Eagles, Tony went and saw them, and he said they did an amazing job.
Yeah, because didn't who's the guy that died? Glenn Fry. Isn't his son filled in?
His son is playing now for them.
Yeah.
Now, as for original members, are we talking? When you say original members, are you saying classic members, or do you mean like since the first album?
Or classic members, the members that that people are well known for.
Okay, because their debut album features only one member that's in the band right now.
Who's that?
Don.
Oh yeah,
Don Henley.
Yeah.
But if you're going based on their 1975 album, which is their 4th album, One of These Nights, you have 2 of the original members.
Yeah.
So Don Henley's the only original member right now.
Yeah.
But
then, I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing when it goes back to Sepultura as well. Like Andreas wasn't really the original. Paulo.
My question for you is, though, how much is it keeping the legacy alive versus a money grab? Because think about it, though. Easily, Don could easily be touring the Eagles under a solo name and just performing Eagles songs with the current lineup.
Yeah.
But touring under the Eagles name makes more money and brings more people in.
Well, that's why the guitarist from Cinderella, Tom Kiefler.
Yep.
Yeah. I think he's not in the band anymore or something like that. And then he just called it the Tom Kiefler Band or something like that. I think they didn't want to use the name Cinderella.
If I'm not mistaken, they're there for a while. Tom Kiefer was touring as Tom Kiefer's Cinderella.
Oh, really?
I do believe, I could be mistaken, but I do believe he was touring not as Cinderella, but with the Cinderella name.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when I went and saw, what's his name? Shows how much fucking he left an impact on me. He was a singer of what's that band's name? When Children Cry, Alone We Lie. That song, When Children Cry. You know what song I'm talking about, right? White Lion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no original members left there.
There is no White Lion anymore. They broke up. But when I went and saw the singer of White Lion, he was doing a solo tour. He was performing. The opening act was John Corabi.
Oh, wow.
Which I think he should have been headlining this show. But Mike Tramp is his name. Great performance. I'm not shitting on Mike Tramp. Great performance. He tried hitting on my girlfriend at the time and tried getting her to go back to his fucking bus or hotel room or whatever for an interview, and she wasn't having any of it, which is kind of weird because she left me for a musician anyway. But I have a crazy life. But he came out and was like, people want me, and I think he was intoxicated. He's like, people want me to perform White Lion songs. So I asked him to name me 3 songs that isn't When Children Cry, and they couldn't. So I'm not playing any fucking songs tonight that is White Lion. 5 of the songs that he played that night was White Lion.
Oh my God. That's pretty funny.
Like, what? Like, he did a good job, but it was kind of creepy. He was a kind of a creep, but you have that in music. These guys are on the road.
What a weird name to call a band, Cinderella, right?
That is a weird name, but look at all the weird names. Chumbawamba?
Yeah.
Chumbawamba? I get knocked down and I get up again. It's called Tub Thumping? What the fuck?
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, that was part of the FIFA World Cup in 98.
You want to hear 3 words that do not belong together, but was a great rock band?
What's that?
Alien Ant Farm.
Oh, yeah. They're still around, too.
They are. They were made popular for their cover of Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and the song Wish.
So what do you think of Static X currently touring without Wayne? We never really talked about this.
I thought, well, again, they're doing it as a tribute.
Yes.
And I thought that it's what the singer's doing to have like a Wayne Static mask on and playing his songs as a tribute to him. I think it's perfect.
I think it's cool, but after a while, they should quit doing it.
I don't know. They're going to be releasing a new album.
Is Wayne on vocals though?
Yeah, there's gonna be there's still lost tracks. This one's gonna be, from what I've read, it's gonna be, is it the project Project something Volume 2, whatever it's
Project
called.
Regeneration.
Yeah, Volume 2, and it's gonna be new. It's gonna be mixed with the new tracks. Feature Zero, or the singer from Dope, and there's gonna be more unreleased tracks, isolated tracks by Wayne.
See, I like that idea, but if the band runs out of tracks, quit fucking doing it, because there's no point in doing it without Wayne on vocals.
Yeah, I know. But either or, it's been getting a huge response too.
To me, though, it's weird, though, in a way, because, like, I'm kind of mixed about it. Like, I saw it live. It's amazing. They do a great job. But that would be like Dio, for instance. It would be a great example, because Static X was named after Wayne Static. Dio, that'd be like the surviving members of Dio touring under the name Dio, releasing new music that has Dio's vocals, but performing with somebody else live.
Yeah. Aren't they called Dio Disciples?
There's two versions of Dio now with surviving members. There's Dio's Disciples, and then there's Last in Line.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Dio's
Disciples. I know Static X played in Sydney a few years ago with Dope.
It was a great show. I actually, not in Sydney, but I saw that tour in Pittsburgh. And then I saw them again recently with Rob Zombie. I'm not shitting on what they're doing. I love it. They're great musicians. It's great to see live. It's an awesome tribute.
But you reckon they would have gotten you reckon they would have gone like with a better singer? Or were you happy with what Edsel Dope was doing?
Edsel Dope is an amazing choice.
Oh yeah, I thought like it was pretty obvious that his tattoo kind of gave it away in one of the video clips.
He's the closest we can get to Wayne, playing and singing wise.
Yeah.
What I would love to see, what I would have loved to see more is Static X doing just a couple shows, not a full tour, a couple shows with guest vocalists instead of wearing a zombie mask, because I think that's kind of disrespectful. Instead of the zombie mask and shit, just bring out guest vocalists to sing the songs.
Yeah, but
what about Jonathan Davis?
But like Wayne's vocals, it's very unique.
The only person that I think could have done it just as good is Jonathan Davis.
I could see him do a cover of Cold.
Well, he was on the
Queen of the Dan
album. He was on Project Regeneration.
No, I know he was on the Queen of the Dan album.
Well, I do believe Project Regeneration had a few like guest spots.
I think so.
And Project Regeneration featured. Well, they originally said that they were going to have a bunch of guest vocalists, and none of them were really on the album. I remember that because they said Jonathan Davis was going to be on the album. He wasn't. David Draymond was supposed to. He wasn't. I'm wondering if they're all going to be on the part 2, though.
Maybe. Because Edsel Dope produced that album too.
Because this one is called, it even came out called Project Regeneration Volume 1, and they said that there is going to be a Volume 2. So, like, that leaves open for who else is going to be on it. But I know Volume 1 had Uncle Al from Ministry was featured on the album. T. Salvador got writing credits, even though he shouldn't have. Because, he likes to fondle children, but
yeah.
But he's I don't think he has songwriting credits per se, but like he wrote a couple songs.
Yeah.
Which I'll be honest, like they might not have wanted to do that, but the fact is it's hard to find Wayne Static vocals that is Static X without Trip, because Trip kind of helped write some of the Static X shit, especially the early stuff.
Well, the only albums that he done was Machine and Shadow Zone, and that's it.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if he even helped write the songs that like he's claiming that he wrote. He does this shit, I think, just for publicity.
Probably, yeah. But did you hear that Fear Factory will be going back on the road next year with Static X.
Static X was talking about that when I went and saw them, but who the fuck did they have replace? What's his tits?
Hugh Burton.
Burton.
Apparently, it could be a female singer, and she plays in a metal band. She's from Melbourne, I think, Australia, called Lauren Hart, I think her name is.
So you said that Fear Factory is touring with Static X.
Yeah, next year.
That's going to be an interesting thing to watch because Tony Campos plays for both.
Yeah, I know.
He's going to come out with that big beard flowing around playing for both bands.
Well, the bass player for Evanescence, she plays in a band with the Sick Puppies.
Uh-huh.
They're from Sydney, I think.
I've seen them. Great show.
Yeah, and she played, and they were opening up for Evanescence, so she was doing double duties.
Nice. Fucking nice. By the way, we do have a Pink Sock Reacts coming to you guys very soon. Actually, Wednesday. We're going to be reviewing a kind of a controversial movie for some. I don't think it was controversial for me, but it was controversial to some. Lightyear. It is a Disney movie. So we're going to be reviewing Lightyear.
Doesn't he look like Chris Evans there?
He does. It's controversial to some because of multiple reasons. The fact that the original voice actor's not in it, which he shouldn't have been. We'll discuss that Wednesday. And
he shouldn't be or should be?
He shouldn't have been because, and I'll discuss it. I'll discuss it later. I'll discuss it when the time comes. But there's a reason why he shouldn't have been in it. Now, we do have a guest next week on the podcast. I do not have a flyer yet because we had just confirmed it via email. We have Bourbon House coming onto the show live next week. And then in 2 weeks' time, I also don't have a flyer for this. I will post it and I will share it out. Sky Cave is going to be on the show. It's going to be pre-recorded. We're going to be recording that very soon.
Amazing band.
From Perth. How far are you from Perth?
Very far.
Very far?
Very far, yeah.
So you can't knock on their door and interview them in person?
State. No. I'll have to fly out. I might have to fly up, fly over there and shit. Yeah.
But yeah, we have Sky Cave. We have Bourbon House. I apologize for not having any flyers. We just didn't. We confirmed all this on a fly. But I will have a flyer for all of that. But Sky Cave are recording very soon. They're going to be on the show in 2 weeks' time because we have Bourbon House next week. So we can't premiere that right away. So that's that. I've been getting a lot of emails about guests. I might not be able to do the show just on Mondays. I might have to do special episodes on Tuesdays or something.
Yeah, that's what fun by me, man.
Like, damn, we might not be live, but damn, we're getting like some people. So Gorak, what do you have going on? Do you have any like guitar covers that you're doing right now, working on?
Yeah, I've been relearning Beasto Blanco songs.
Nice.
And I've been getting the thumbs up by Brother Latham.
They're a great fucking band.
Dude, I want to see them live, man. Since when I first discovered Beasto Blanco, and I'll probably claim this too, I was probably like the first Australian to fucking spread the word out. But like, when I heard the song Breakdown for the first time, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking learn this song and put it on Instagram and be like the fucking first person to like cover one of their songs by ear. And I did it like 6 years ago or something, 7 years ago. Fucking loved it. And he followed me. And then, yeah.
Dude, you need to see them. They put on a damn good show.
Yeah, I actually want to buy the Freak Stream DVD. Because I know it's still available in the store. So I actually want to get it and watch it. Because
I know another band you need to check out.
What's that?
Co-op.
Yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah, I've listened to some of their stuff.
They're really good. I love them. I also love Beasto, of course. I think Co-op deserves more fame than they've got, more credit. I do plan on having their drummer on the show eventually. He's a great guy, fun to talk to. I'd also love to have Dash on, but I know, he's busy. He's a busy man. He has kids. He has all kinds of shit going on. But Dash, if you're listening to this, and Corey, both you mofos need to come on come on the show. That's what you need to do.
But if you can get the drummer, I'm sure you can get Dash on.
Yeah, I'll pull some strings. We should be sponsored by Tampon because we always pull strings on this show.
Yeah. Good. Tampons are good for nosebleeds too.
They are, dude. You know what my biggest fear is, though, for women anyway? Get that tampon in there and go to like pull it out and the string breaks.
It's like pulling out a plug out of your bathtub and the thing breaks. Or like, have you ever had this problem if you open up like you can a drink or like canned food and you break the ring?
Yeah,
kind of like that.
And then you read on the can, it says, don't use a can opener. So you're like, how the fuck do I open this?
It'd be like, the tampon gets stuck. What are you meant to use? You can't use a can opener.
You can use a can opener on a tampon, but it's not going to like work. What you could do is you could use a saw because that was used for childbirth.
But yeah, I've been doing a lot of Base Blanco cover songs, which I pretty much almost lent the whole album.
Damn, dude.
The whole first album. So
since you're learning all these goddamn songs that quickly, we should start a covers band.
Yeah.
Send me the guitar tracks. I'll sing over them. I don't care. I'm not a good singer by any means, but I mean, that never stopped a lot of musicians, honestly.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, majority of the singers that are big and famous are not good performers. Especially the ones that don't write their own music. They get picked to fucking sing them.
And a lot of like performers lip sync their performance anyway. Like,
yeah, that's a normal thing now.
Did you see the video of when Iron Maiden was doing like some kind of TV show or whatever, TV show spot, and they were told they have to lip sync?
In the 80s?
Yeah, I think it was in like the late 80s. Iron Maiden kept switching instruments during the performance, and
Nirvana did something similar too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bruce Dickinson wasn't even near the microphone when the vocals were going. Like, it was pure pandemonium. Iggy Pop was asked to lip sync at a performance one time for the song I'm Bored, and he wasn't near the microphone at all during the performance. He laid on the ground and was like relaxing. Like, it was hilarious.
Yeah, and I think Mark Tremonti was saying too that Alter Bridge or Creed got offered to do a halftime show, but then they had to fake it on stage, and they said no.
Metallica, that's why they'd never played the Super Bowl, because they want bands to like mime their performance. And Metallica,
yeah, but you can't do that.
Well, the thing is bands, when they do the Super Bowl, if you watch it, they only have so many minutes to perform. So most of these Super Bowl halftime shows is just them collaborating all their music as quickly and smushed together as they can.
For 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, like if you watch, who was it? Was it the Rolling Stones?
Eminem and 50 Cent?
The Who. When the Who performed, it was just a big collab of their biggest hits just smashed into one song.
Which is a bit of a waste to watch, especially if it's a band like that.
Yeah, and they spend all that fucking money.
But like in here, when we have like the AFL, NRL grand final, rugby finals, there'll be a band during the halftime shows. I think they'll play like 2 or 3 of their songs like all the way through.
Oh, speaking of performances, did you see what happened at I forget the name of it, don't hate me. The UK, they have this like sporting event similar to like the Super Bowl. And they had it recently, but they didn't really announce who the band was playing at the end of it. And at the very end, Tony Iommi and Ozzy Osbourne came out.
I saw that, yeah.
And performed Sabbath tunes.
Yeah, the Paranoid, obviously, but yeah.
I watched that and I was impressed because with all the rumors about Ozzy's health and whether or not he'll be able to do the tour, it was amazing seeing Ozzy appearing to be very happy and healthy.
Yeah, still jumping around.
Still jumping around. The thing is, I watched a thing TMZ did years ago where they said Ozzy's a weird creature because you'll see him off stage and he's like shuffling around and looks like this old decrepit man, and then he gets on stage and he's fucking jogging in place and singing like a madman. Like he's two different creatures once he's on that stage.
Yeah, but I guess that's what makes him a normal person, is to perform on stage and do all that crazy shit.
Yeah, and if you watched, did you ever watch the 9 Lives of Ozzy Osbourne? His documentary.
No, I need to watch that.
It's really good. One musician made a really good point on the documentary. He's like, Ozzy Osbourne was a metal performer. He was in a genre where happiness is not well known. Like if you look at the musicians, they're never happy. They're always like singing about death and doom and shit. But Ozzy, he's performing these dark songs with a big fucking smile on his face.
Yeah. Tony Iommi, when he plays his guitar, he's always smiling and shit.
Yeah, like Ozzy is one of the first. Yeah, and the thing is with Ozzy is he's not only one of the first metal singers, he's one of the only or first metal musicians that did it with a fucking smile on his face. Like he legitimately loved doing it. Like I
think we mentioned about this. I think we mentioned about this when I was doing the Def Comes Lifting podcast yesterday for Paranoid.
So I have a question. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying. I just had a random thought. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we talked about this on the Def Comes Lifting podcast. We were doing Paranoid. And like what you were saying, like they're all just fucking happy and shit. Yeah. But then most of the songs is just like the opposite of that.
Yeah, like they'll be singing like generals gathered in their masses, and he has a big old fucking smile on his face. Just like witches at black masses.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the dude is singing about some of the most grueling shit, and he's smiling. Who here is a sinner? All of us. We are all sinners, Ebenezer. I don't even know who you are, but we're all sinners.
Even
we're dirty. We're dirty fucking people. We're sinners. Hey, Gorak. Wednesday.
Yeah.
We are. I'm pretty sure like people find me out because now I'm getting Bible verses. That's awesome. I love that. Keep it going. You always have that guy. Religion's like a dick. If you force it down somebody's throat at a young age, they're not going to like it when they grow up. You know what I mean? But Hallelujah. Anyway, dude. Jehovah's Witnesses follow you everywhere, don't they? So we have Lightyear on Wednesday.
Yeah, and a white band.
Then we have what? Alice in Wonderland coming up.
In 2 weeks.
What else are we going to do?
You want me to pick one?
Pick one. Just fucking throw it out there.
I'll think of one before I go to bed. And I'll message you.
I have an idea for a Halloween edition of Pink Sock Reacts.
Ooh. Is Jeff Towers going to be in it?
He can. But I was wanting to review something for the Halloween edition. And I was thinking maybe Rob Zombie's Halloween would be a perfect review.
Yeah.
Like a perfect
The
review.
one I've watched though is the uncut version though. So there you go.
You can find that on I think Shudder. I think.
I don't know, but I got it on DVD.
So yeah, like that's something we should review. I have an idea for Christmas. I know it's too soon to really announce that, but I have an idea for
Krampus?
the Christmas. Santa's sleigh, motherfucker. Santa's sleigh.
Yeah. Or Gremlins. Or Die Hard.
Gremlins, Die Hard.
Yeah.
But Greg, I'm gonna get off of here, buddy. I got some shit I gotta get into today, and people I've got to see, or people I got to get into, and places I got to be. I don't know. But
man, I'm gonna get some sleep because he's waiting for me.
He's waiting for you. Do you cuddle him at night?
No, I normally kick him off the bed. So.
Oh, well, that sucks. I would like to thank everyone for showing up. Dustin Page, Lisa, Zaza, Renee. Hell, I even want to thank this cocksucker over here who's spewing religion. The fact is I'm not against religion. I'm not. You believe what you want to believe, but keep it to yourself. If people don't want to hear that shit, then don't. Yeah. That's why on our show, we don't talk about religion unless like it's in a educational, like, hey, did you know these people believe this or whatever, and destroy stigmas, but we're not pushing our beliefs onto other people. So Ebenezer, enjoy the show if you want, but keep that shit to yourself.
Unless if it's Cannibal Corpse or Gorak out of the film.
Fucking Guar, crushed by the cross. Fucking love that shit. But Gorak, I'm getting off of here, buddy. I'll see you soon. You're lagging a little bit. You're lagging a little bit, so I figured we'll just cut this off in an hour. I think it's just we have a weird connection. I mean, it is making its way through Australia.
I'm still in your connection.
Okay, I find it funny. I'm trying to save souls from death. We all die. We're all gonna die. What you're saying is not going to prevent that. So just enjoy the show. And if you don't enjoy the show, leave. I don't care. I really don't. But I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you giving me the views. But keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah.
Right. But anyway, yeah. I love each and every one of you.
Holy water on you.
Right. I love each and every one of you. And remember, as always, live long, rock hard.
Stay hard.